Yo. Yo. What's good, guys? How's it going? 1 second, and I'll be seeing the chat here. I hope y'all are doing you all. I always mean to say you all, and then I say y'all. And I'm really not trying to say the word y'all. That just doesn't... feels kind of out of character for me, but... that's not what I meant to say. Anyway, I'll be seeing what you guys are saying in a second. Hello, good to see everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I really do. And yeah, I have this techno track that I'm working on that I'm going to be playing, or that I'm going to be working on for the first little bit of the stream. So I'm going to hit play on that now. I'm going to start from like here. Hard stuff. That's what we make it today. Alright, there we go. Good to see you. I'm doing finals these days. As soon as I'm done with those, I'll get back to my music. Nice, dude. Well, congrats on the finals. Will Johnson, hello. Boom, back again. DJ Mental Health, good to see you. Ben, yo, I'm good. Okay, yeah, so this is a bit of a slow burner on the intro. I need more ear candy. This part still needs quite a bit of work, as you can tell. I literally just made this part like 30 minutes before this. Essentials, good to see you. Good, my man. I'm good, Bass Essentials. Just working on this techno track. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep a note ringing out on this. Let's put this up an octave. Maybe I'll put an F up an octave. Hate sounds. What's good? Let's try putting this to C. Yeah, that's what that is. Alright, sounding pretty cool. So yeah, this is what I'm working on. I literally started this last night, like right before I went to sleep. I was just like, I had done a bunch of stuff yesterday, and then I was like, oh, but I should probably start a track before I go to sleep. And so I made all the drums, and then today I added in all the extra stuff. Some pitch bending, like the THX thing will be great here. You're talking about like some like slow pitch bending pads, that would be cool. This break needs some work. I have this like huge 4-bar like stop. Which I really just did because that was in my reference track and I was trying to get the arrangement down. So I'm going to take that and make it half as long. I think that'll be a lot more effective. Like if it goes like this. Oh, there we go. Then we go into it. I think that's gonna be a bit smoother. So let's add in some like extra kind of irritating stuff in this part. I want to get some contact times. Analog strings. Senor Music, thank you for subscribing. Okay, there we go. Now pause. Yeah, sorry about the chat not being on the screen for a second there, guys. Some question, how do I go about releasing a long-term project / EP on a label? Do I need to spam every label's emails with my track center for them to notice? What did you do? Thanks. Good question. What I am currently doing is pretty much like spamming labels. Like, the thing is, what you need to do is just make a lot of music because you don't want to spam, like you don't want to just make one EP and then spend a month spamming that to as many labels as possible. What I've learned is it's best to just make as much stuff as you can and then just send that to a ton of different labels. But like the key is, I mean, just make good music. Like that's really it. Just make good music and then like I said, just don't go crazy sending it to like as many labels as possible. It's like send it to as many labels as possible, but it's like it's kind of like make as much music as you can, and then I don't know. That's a bit disjointed the way I'm saying that, but you get what I'm saying. I was paying attention to this. Just trying to multitask, which isn't always good when you got ADHD like I do. Yo, that would be like insane in a grind beat, but let's put that in here. Alright, there we go. And I know that that's in the wrong key. I played that in C. It's still in C minor though. We're in F minor here, so all we gotta do is just put that down to F, or put that up to F. Not that hard. Okay, nice, bro. Yeah, no problem. I mean, like I said, like you really gotta go hard. Like send your music to at least 10 labels every night, and I guarantee you will line up some releases. Also, it's like it's more about the long game too. Like don't just like at the start of every month start sending out stuff to a bunch of labels trying to get a release for the next month. It's more like try and plan it like, okay, like I'm going to send out all this stuff to all these labels just constantly. So like you may be setting up releases in the future, but it's like when those releases are, it's kind of like planting seeds, you know. It's like if you plant a bunch of seeds, you're not going to have a tree right away, but if you wait a little bit and you're patient and you play the long game and keep planting seeds, you will eventually have a garden. It's kind of like more of that mindset. Fabian, hello. How did you start music and how long did it take you to accumulate so much knowledge? That's a good question. I started music 9 years ago, 10 years ago. I think it was 10 years ago now. I started playing guitar. I started playing making electronic music 6 years ago now. It didn't really take me that long, I guess, to get this knowledge. I mean, 10 years is a pretty good amount of time in my life, I would say. Like, this is definitely the main thing that I focused on over all 10 of those years is just making music. So, like, that definitely helped. I mean, overall, the knowledge is out there. It's like people just want to act, I feel like, a lot of times, like, they don't know the knowledge. Like, for example, like, there are a lot of tutorials, the ones that I've made as well, on YouTube, that just tell you, like, okay, you know, everything in your mix, you need to cut out the low end on everything except for the bass and the kick so that it doesn't get in the way of the mix. But then it's like everybody knows that. Like, that's one of the most basic things that if you look up music production advice on the internet, you will find. And so, like, yeah, it's not that magical, but I feel like that's, like, an example of something, like, people just want to be told a lot of this stuff a lot of the times, it seems like. Like, they want it to just be beaten over their heads as opposed to just, like, yeah, this is clear and straightforward knowledge. No, that might be a bit too crazy. How old are you anyways? I am 21. About to be 22 in literally 2 weeks. My birthday is June 30th. Yeah, let's try actually doing I actually have my reference track playing. Nice. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I'm going to keep working on the Stereo 3 though. What I have here is I actually started with a preset from Zen World. I played around with the preset a little. I'll show you. Make a B-Day stream. Probably going to do that. What is your best tip, producers? For producers? What is your best tip, producers? Excuse me. I mean, pretty much the thing that I said before. It's like, when you're trying to learn a skill like music, you don't want to, like, again, it's not about, like, planting a tree and having a tree right that day. It's more about, like, the long game. Like, just aim to get as good as you can over a long period of time and just, like, you know, build a very well-rounded skill set as opposed to, like, yo, I really want to get famous, so let me make a beat in, you know, an hour, put it on YouTube and get famous. It's not really going to work. I'm about to hit 26 on July 10th. Nice. Well, hey, dude, you got, yeah, we both cancer. I'm at the point where my substance fine, however, there's nothing special about it, so it shouldn't separate it from others. Well, that's where a little bit of effort comes in. Like, yeah, like, I mean, if you just sit in a room and somebody just tells you this stuff constantly, you're going to learn it. But, yeah, that's where you got to take it to the next level, and you got to really, like, try and make something special yourself. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this, and then we'll have one that's, like, the original and one that is my new one to work with. So, I'm going to try this one wavetable in here called Acid. I have, like, a macro, which is automating the filter. We can just put that on there. Yeah, that sounds tight. Let's put some delay on it as well. I'm going to get a guitar rig. I don't know much about writing melodies in theory. Is it better to play with the MIDI piano? I find it harder to write stuff in the piano roll. I used to be on that same kind of thing way back in the day. I mean, I personally, like, I think that when you're learning like that and you're not quite, like, you don't really know where you're going, or you feel like you have one way that you're more comfortable with, just do the way that you're more comfortable with. So in this case, you feel more comfortable playing it with a keyboard. Nothing wrong with that. Just get that, and through doing that, you'll start to figure it out. Like, you're going to get to a point, if you keep practicing, where, like, it's just not going to matter anymore. And, yeah. So I would just keep doing it on the way that you feel comfortable with, and eventually it'll come. Trying to get like really fat like that one in my reference, so that's the only thing. It just sounds a lot better already. This usually is way terrible. Is this the Kraken pack? I believe so. I know I used one preset from Kraken in here. I'm pretty sure this Super Saw. Yeah, that's this LD Joy. This is from Kraken. And actually, I'm going to work with this a little. Alright, and then there's the little... I thought that was the pause. Okay, I think I'm going to take this filter, and we're going to keep the kick in here, but we're going to make it very high pass. Yeah, I just think it's going to sound like... Yeah, see this break, I need to work on the break a bit. I'm gonna just sit with my reference, like, it's just a thing of like, I made this break like 30 minutes ago. It's really just like the Super Saw right now and a few elements, you know, that I already had in the track. I do think that when this drops is really good though. Even though I just did that one real quick. This one's pretty dope. Hey, thank you, Rich. Yeah, I wanted to make some more like trancey techno, because over the past like 2 weeks, or really, yeah, like over the past 2 weeks, pretty much right now I'm making a techno EP a week. And over the past 2 weeks, I made an acid techno EP, and then I made one that was just like really like not trancey. Like I was trying to make something for the labels that say your music is too trancey, you feel me? So like You know, it's like tracks like this. You know, kind of like harder stuff as opposed to like this more like emotional, trancey, kind of dark stuff. Especially with like these tracks. Antoine, thank you for subscribing. Always appreciate it. There we go. Alright, sounding pretty good. Yo, Julian, you gotta do a collab with Julian Gray. He's released on Mousetrap. Yeah, I know who Julian Gray is. He's pretty tight. He also lives in LA as well. Hey, man. I'm very down. I want that collab to happen. If anybody wants to go hit up Julian Gray for me, every single person who's in the stream right now, go comment on his Instagram and be like, yo, do a collab with Julian Earl. Do you only work in Ableton? All your videos are in Ableton? I mean, sometimes I use FL Studio. I have FL Studio. Ableton. It feels like with Ableton, it's more like, it's like, I don't know. It's like writing on a piece of paper as opposed to like, FL Studio feels like I'm trying to like decipher something while making music, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna step. Thank you, Rich. I'm an FL user for the most part. Banger. Thank you, Nathan. That cake is nice. Appreciate it, Bradley. I would show you, but I'll probably show you guys later. But this cake, I don't know. I want to make a video on it at some point because it's like, I think one of my best kicks. Techno label snobs. Well, I mean, it's all fairness. Like in all fairness, like I get it if they're not trying to release that kind of techno. Like it's a very specific kind of techno. Like again, this like super trancey. And so it's like if you were, you know, if you were just constantly like signing tracks that are all like machine like and dark, and all of a sudden this comes out. You know, I get that. Like I get that some labels are not quite feeling that super trancey stuff that we on. Love the pedal plugin. It's Serum. And so to be honest with you, as a preset, it's from Evolution of Sound Kraken though. So technically, it's one of my presets. I think Fruity Loops has less tools in comparison to Ableton. Yeah, but they have some like really fire stuff that Ableton doesn't have. Like Harmer, for example, is amazing. Nah, we'll just hey, thank you, Kale. There we go. Okay, nice one. Just comparing this to the reference a bit. I think I'm gonna pull up the submissions now, guys. So, if you haven't sent a track through already, all the info is in the description. Donations are greatly appreciated. I will be checking that out very shortly. Give me a moment here. There we go. All right, so this first one here, give me a moment, is going to be from my dude. Which one is from here? Let's play this one from Irv. Hi, Julian. I really appreciate what you're doing for the music industry in general. I hope this track reflects a bit of the things you and your video taught me. Thank you. Sounding good, Julian? You sound good, Josh. I appreciate it.
ghetto street. What you gonna do when you grow up and have to face responsibility?
This one is cool. Definitely like an interesting texture going on here. Pretty cool little bop. What's up, Tom Lyer? Good to see you. I'm good. Just listening to submissions, giving feedback. You're good at like keeping it interesting. Like you're that, and like the bass and the drums and all of the sounds. Everything is like exciting. Like nothing is getting boring. Nothing is getting like super, falling flat or anything. It all keeps that like strong intensity throughout the whole track. I do think you could just do a little bit more though, like in terms of structure. I feel like it just gets a bit boring with what you got going on. I think you could like I said, like just kind of do a bit more, have it go to a new place, do some new stuff. But yeah, this next one here is from Beat Droppers. All right, let's hear this. Finished. A finished demo I've been working on. I realized I didn't finish reading that. Okay, right off the bat, just because I have used this track as a reference before, so I know it very well, this sounds a lot like Stefan Buzz and Strand. Did you move to LA, homie? I did. I had a serious car accident in December. Been in hospital since. Using time to learn Ableton. I would not have got anywhere if it weren't for your visit. Dude, thank you very much. I'm sorry to hear that you were in a car accident. But hey, sometimes things like that, crazy stuff happens, and then it brings you closer to something good, which is music. So that's cool. How do I donate? You can donate through Super Chat or the PayPal in the description. All that kind of stuff. But yeah, hit the little cash symbol. There you go. Alright, I'm going to keep hitting play on this one. Does anyone know if it's worth it to buy sound packs? I would say it is. Definitely, if you go to julienearl.bandcamp.com, there's some very worth it and high quality ones there. My rule... Alright, there you go. Had to give the shameless plug real quick. Oh no, but I spelled Bandcamp wrong. It's Bandcamp without the A there. Hang on, we're going to do that one more time. Okay, there we go, yeah. So sample packs, I definitely think so if they take your music to a higher level. Like, if you're just getting sounds that are kind of like bleh, and kind of just like not good quality, then no, it's not worth it. But if you go and buy ones, for example, from Evolution of Sound, julienearl.bandcamp.com, pretty much just those two places are the ones I'm going to plug, then I definitely think it's worth it. listening to Strand. Okay, yeah, hold up. We're gonna play Hey Shut Up and I'm gonna know. This EP is awesome. Like, if I play you this song, like, this is literally... Track here though, like, you have a good idea and it's honestly pretty well produced. I don't think that you yeah, like, I don't think you should completely throw this away. Nathan, thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate it. I will if you send a submission through, I will definitely check it through. I will definitely check it out. I would love to hear your tracks. Also, Jay, what's on the horizon for you? I have an EP coming out on June 28th, actually, on IMT, Spartake's label. I don't think he will mind me saying that. I just haven't formally announced it because, to be honest with you, for whatever reason, the label told me don't announce it until June 24th because they do releases, like, literally every week, so I guess that's just kind of the policy. But, yeah, the announcement on that one is coming very soon. Like I said, new EP coming out on June 28th. So that's on the horizon for me. After that, though, I have a few other releases lined up, which, yeah, we just steady releases and steady content. That's what's on the horizon. So this is not a track made by them. It sounds like this person definitely made this track. I don't think he just took, like, Strand and just took the master and tried to send that in. Some people have done that before. They've sent in finished professional tracks and tried to act like it was theirs. But what happened here, dude, is you copied the reference track a little too close. Like, I'll show you an example too. Like, okay, well, again, I mean, if we just listen here, like the intro. It's the same intro, just without, like, all the cool stuff. Like, it just kind of sounds like a dirtier version of Strand. So, yeah, that's what you need to work on, dude. You made your track a little bit too similar to the reference track. And, like, I'll show you an example. Like, this is a track that I made using the exact same track as a reference. I used Strand by Stefan Bodzen as a reference for this. Wait, gotta find the right one. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that one's not entirely finished, but, like, just listening to it, you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. Like, you can hear it's got similarities to Strand. Like, it's got the same kind of rhythm with that little melody, that do-do-do, stuff like that. It's got, like, very similar drums, a lot of similar stuff, but it's not a copy of Strand. Even though I used it as a reference, I didn't copy it. So that's, like, a good example, I would say, of what you should aim for more than, like, what you're doing right now. But yeah, it's not poorly produced. Like everything is pretty well made. All the sounds can maybe be a bit cleaner, a little bit less muddy, but like, yeah, dude, you just need to make this one a bit more original. Thank you for sending that one through, though. This next one here is from Ben. Hi, Julian, it's me again. I just finished another track today. Hope you can give some feedback on this track. Let's get it. Julian, I nearly finished my first song by using your videos. Awesome, dude. I can't wait to, you gotta send it in when it's done on a feedback stream. Do you feel as if the top end is too overcompressed? Yeah, that's what I was saying on that thing. I've done that, literally copying the exact same idea, and it's such a boring task. It is. But I mean, the way like I like to approach it is like when you're first starting, remaking tracks isn't boring, first of all, when you don't really know what you're doing. It's fun when you are when you're trying to figure it out. But yeah, like, I don't know. Just try not to copy it so much. That's all I'll say. I won't go into a whole spiel. So I'm nearly finished. Okay, yeah. I'll email it now. Awesome. Mom Chill Mo, thank you for subscribing. First song I completed, added with some vocals. Dude, nice. Can't wait to hear that. Alright, I'm going to hit save on this one because I didn't save it. And let's hear this. Hey, this is not bad. I definitely think your kick could be fatter. Like, it's fat in its own way, but it doesn't really have that, like, full kind of techno thing. Like, you know what's going to happen next. That's why I find it important. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, like, I mean, a good example that's, like, really, really wide open is, like, listen to this kick. I'm sure you've already heard this. Like, I'm just using this as an example because it's, like, wide open. Like, hear how that's so, like... round and just so like full sounding, the attack of the kick. It's like the real, like right when it's punching through, like right when it's hitting at the start. I see, like, this just isn't quite there, so I'd work on that. I also think that your bass could be fatter. Like, you know, this isn't a rumble bass, so it's a little bit different from this. But what I would do is I would put this kick up against, like, maybe not necessarily this track, but like, you know, any other reference track which has a rumble kick, and just try to make your bass, which is a synth, as fat as the rumble. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just make it happen. As long as it sounds good, it is good. And then same thing with the kick. Or like even like, you know, listen to a track, I mean even like Anna, Hidden Beauties, like something like that. Like you can hear that doesn't quite have like that same super huge rumble kick, but it does still have like a pretty fat kick. You can see like, this is how I believe this was done, was like I said, taking a track like this where you have a cool bass line and a kick, and then just try to get that kick and bass to be as fat as the rest. So like I said, I'd work on the attack, I'd work on just making the bass fatter, and just put it more on top of the mix. Yeah, you have a good idea here. I think you could expand on this idea more as well. Like, I definitely think you could do more in terms of... Yeah, like I said, like I just feel like you could do more with like all those ARPs and different things. It's just not quite there in terms of like the excitement and really having the track feel like it's constantly changing and stuff. All right, this next one here is from Bass Essentials. Let's hear this. Rake it up, master. Oh.
Me and Mike will pull up the AOD back to back. Them AMG 63s. I tell all my hoes, break it up, break it down, bag it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up. I tell all my hoes, break it up, break it down, bag it up. I made love to a stripper. First I had to tip her 20,000 once. She said, I'm that nigga. I made love to a stripper. Love to a. I made love to a stripper. Love to a stripper. Love to a stripper. Love to a. I made love to a stripper. First I had to tip her. Lord, 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 Lord,
This is cool. I feel like it gets a bit boring though. Like with these kinds of remixes, you gotta keep it going because typically with these types of tracks, I mean they're moving quickly. Like if you think about it, like they're switching through different flows, the beat switches up, like all this kind of stuff happens in one of these kinds of hip hop songs. That doesn't necessarily happen in like a house song like this. Like with a house song like this, you need to have a long drop. That's kind of just doing the same thing for a long time, where you need to have a build. And those are the parts where I feel like it's starting to get boring. Like when you have like this, it's exciting. We're still in the intro. But then, by the time we get to the end of this drop, it's getting kind of boring. So the way you need to fix this is by making it change up halfway through the drop. I shouldn't be skipping from here to here and hearing pretty much the same thing. Like you have those hi-hats, the little 16th note hi-hats, but like yeah, I feel like you need to do more, like, in terms of maybe automating the synths to get more interesting, or adding some notes, or something. It needs to do a bit.
We don't do no gossiping.
You do have a cool idea here, though. I definitely think there's a lot to be done with the sort of, like, combining electronic music and popular hip-hop like that. But yeah, I think we're seeing that one through. This next one here is from Nathan. Thank you for the donation, man. Hey, check out this track on SoundCloud, Nathan Williams, Ecstasy, full, self-mastered, new vocals. Let's hear it. little bit more stuff going on here. I don't really like it, just the 303 and the hi-hats and the kick. There's also a clap in there, but like... My sweet ecstasy boy. Yeah, Nathan, it's a bit boring right now because the whole time all we've had is the vocal sample and the 303 and the drums. You know, if you're making an acid track like this, you don't want to make it just the 303. You still need to have other stuff. And on top of that, we also I think you need more like automation than 303. Like I definitely hear it because if we skip here and then here, it's quite a bit different. But you need like more movement. Like if you look at my 303, for example, like what I tried to do with that was, which one is the 303? It's this one. Like I'll show you. I have this automation here, and you can hear it's not just moving really slowly over the course of the track, but it's moving quickly. You can see like over the course of these little things, you know, it's constantly going through and changing and doing new stuff. And this is what's important with the 303. You know, you really don't want to have it just be the same thing the whole way through, because, or even like, you know, just have it like with a little bit of like automation. Like you really just need to give it a lot of movement. There's no way to put it other than that. Okay, there we go. But yeah, like you need to just have it constantly like opening and closing and stuff. And like this part is too underwater, dude. Like I can't hear what the vocals are saying. Yeah, like I feel like you need to try to do some more stuff. This break is good in terms of like adding a new part. Well, there's definitely a bit more that could be done. And then also, like, the mix. Like, I don't think your kick is really quite there. And it's not the way that you've mixed it. Again, like, you know, going back to the one track that I was playing before. Like, I mean, just listen to this kick. And then your kick, like, you didn't completely miss the mark. You're definitely doing the right things in terms of making it get fat and making it like really hit. You need a better sample, dude. This one just sounds too much like a house kick. Aim for more of that like big, beefy sort of punch, as opposed to like tight and kind of smoother like this. Kick needs rumble. I definitely hear a rumble in the kick, because if you listen to this part, unless all that bass there is just from the 303, it definitely sounds like you have a rumble in the kick, dude. You just gotta work with it and keep making it tighter. You know, just keep improving your skills. But yeah, thank you for singing that one too. This next one is from Marco. I'm back again with another submission. Took a lot of your feedback on board a couple days ago and changed up quite a few things in order to make the track sound a bit better. I felt like I should send it to you since your advice helped me so much. Appreciate it. There needs to be a bit back. Yeah, you always need the kick to be the loudest thing if in techno. It's like the kick and the hi-hats. Sent you something, dude, would appreciate it. I'll get to that. Helping with anxiety. I could use that. I like that pad. that's like kind of morphing.
God, it's good to hear your voice.
That's cool, but that there's that note in there, which is not in key. That little lead. It'll probably come back at some point, and I'll point it out again. It needs to be bigger, maybe the old copy plus reverb plus compress. I would just throw away that kick, to be honest. In that last track, I would just throw that kick away and just get a better one. Try sampling kicks. The way I learned to make like really, really fat kicks is what I would do is I would take something, like I would take a track like this. Here that starts with just the kick. I would literally just take that and put it into a sampler. Like, matter of fact, I'll do it right now because I have this kick in my computer. Like, do something like this. Like, you could literally just take a track that starts with a kick. There we go. And just do like this. Like, literally just put it into a sampler. Once that loads. There we go. Just sample one kick from it. Like, we could take this. I'm trying to get it to not click. Okay, there we go. Like, yeah, so say, then we just take that, and we'll put in quarter notes. So it's like in here, as if it was a kick in the track, right? Like, I'll turn off my kick. Obviously, it's quite a bit quiet. So then what you do is you just do that and go back and forth between that and your kick. So like... And you can just kind of see like how fat your kick is compared to that. And I feel like this is a little bit better of a way to do it than just using a reference track. Like the reference track is good, but this really allows you to just get in there and like hear what's wrong. Another good one is Dika by Umek and Matt Sassari. I'll show you. Like same deal. We'll just take that track. Same thing, starts with a kick. And then we just take that. You see, my kick's already pretty fat, so it's not so much of an issue here. But yeah, like overall, it's not hard to do. I think it's just an issue of like, you know, if you just listen to this track of your reference track, you don't really get like a super like exactly what's going on in the track, right? Or exactly what's going on with the kick. But if you sit there and take a kick from a track and just go back and forth between that kick and your kick until eventually you get yours to sound fat, I guarantee you it's going to sound a lot better. Kicks I struggle finding. And like even, I mean, I definitely know people that will just take kicks from tracks and put them in their track. Like, you could even do that. Or, you know, you could take like you could take Dika, for example, and we'll take like, you could just take the attack of the kick. And then we'll just make it like one shot mode. Fade it out a little bit. You know, you could just take the attack like that. If you're having a hard time finding those kinds of kicks, you could just do like this. And then just add your own rumble to it with like an audio effect rack. It's not hard. I really think that the hardest thing for people is just like, it's just hearing what's wrong with their music. Like, people just don't, they just miss it, dude. I don't know. Wondering if you'd ever do any jungle style videos? Yeah, definitely jungle type videos coming soon. I'll probably do like more break beats. Dave the Drummer, Techno Toolbox. I'm gonna look that up. Because I have a hard time finding kicks. Like, honestly, dude, that's why I made the Kraken with Evolution of Sound, or with Zen World, is because, like, we were trying to make a kick, like, there just aren't any good sample packs for techno, like, for that really modern, like, style that you want, like I'm talking about, like, the tracks that I'm playing you, like, There's not a sample pack that has a kick this good. Or that would really even work for like this style of techno. It's all just like, you know, like, I don't know. I guess the people making sample packs are really out of touch or something. But to me, it all just sounds like 808 kicks and like some 909 hi-hats. But yeah, we were trying to really make a sample pack that would like work for this kind of techno. So that was the idea there. Taking kicks is A. You'd be surprised like who does that though. Like I said, like I personally don't think there's anything wrong with taking kicks. I like for here, I'm trying to show you guys how to take a kick and then use it as a reference to build your own kick. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it because keep in mind, it's not just the kick. Like that's like saying like somebody who writes like a melody in a song, like then the producer who built a whole song around that melody isn't any good because they took the melody from someone. It's like it doesn't really work that way. Like I think if you take a kick, I understand why you would do it, and I definitely think like, I mean, if you make a bad track around a good kick, then it's still gonna be a bad track. But yeah. Anyway, guys, this is quite a thing going on here. I actually have to pee, so I'm gonna go pee really quick, and then I'm gonna come back and keep listening to submissions. I'll be right back, guys. In the meantime, I'm gonna hit play on my new techno track that I just started. Wow, the pad totally didn't play during that. Morendi, thank you for subscribing. Okay, there we go. That's how it's supposed to sound. Anyway, yeah, back. Taking kicks or any element from a track and not transferring it is bad. IMO, because it's taking the easy way. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just, like, good music. Also, like, the truth is, like, I think the reason why a lot of people don't like the idea of, like, taking a kick, for example, from a sample pack is because they don't realize how frequently they're hearing it. Like, dude, if we just go through, like, Techno Bunker on Spotify. Where's that? There we go. You know I'm following that shit. Like, you'd be surprised, like, how many of these kicks were literally just lifted right out of tracks. Like, even on drum code tracks, I really wouldn't be surprised. And again, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I also think that you can take it to, like, another level. Like, you can sample a kick and then, you know, make it better than the original, and then it's really like your own. Rustic, what's good? How's it going? What's your opinion on taking kicks? I'm doing a think about starting pre-made techno project. Well, you should go for it. Stirring 2, what's up? It's a pretty cool one, Marco. It definitely could be worked on, though. Like, I think you could. Make this a little bit less lo-fi. Like, what's happening here is you have this big bass and pad and stuff, but then the drums aren't quite there. Like, the drums are very small and thin. You need to make the drums fatter. And I'm not saying they gotta be, you know, like, hitting like they would in a techno track. But, like, you know, they could definitely be fatter. As long as you change it, I think it's okay. Yeah, that's like what I was saying. Like, dude, you could literally just sample a kick, put it down a -1 semitone or +1 semitone or something to make it a completely different sample. Already just doing that is not even nearly the same thing. And then just put like some saturation on it, or put some drum bus, or put a transient shaper and make it better. And there you go. Appreciate the insight, dude. Drum code is technical, Metallica is the technical death metal. That's a funny one. I don't know if I'm gonna agree with it, but that is hilarious. Oh yeah, dude, so like I said, I think you just need to make your drums fatter. I also think it's a bit boring. Like, I feel like it's just kind of like droning on and on. It's like I'm skipping around, and it's really just the same thing in a lot of different places. So, yeah, it sounds to me like you have a loop here, and you need to turn it into a full song. But yeah, think of sing that one through. This next one here is from Axel. Let's do this. Hey, this new one is acid-inspired melodic techno. Could use your feedback on it. Interesting. Did I save this? Yes, I did. If you guys have some feedback, it's more than welcome. Let's rip this man apart. One of the people says fact A. You'll be surprised though. I found this one the other day, like in this one UMEC track. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast here, but I mean, I don't think that UMEC would be particularly insecure about this as well. But check this out. There's this one track he released on Suara. It was like a collab. Pretty sure it's this one. Okay, you hear that kick? Pretty cool distorted kick, right? Well, check this out. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of Junction. It's like a famous sample pack for techno. It's like probably one of the only ones that actually has drums that are like powerful enough for modern techno. Where's it at? There we go. So it's like, you know, I mean, sounds like they might have added like some kind of saturation or something. I mean, what you're hearing could just be the mastering stuff that's on the track as well. But like, yeah, like I said, oh, that came out on Suara. So like, hey. But yeah, okay, so let's keep going with this one. Final product. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you still gotta be like the kick isn't where it stops. You still have to be good at a lot of other things to make a professional level techno track. Anyway. Cranks and some house sample pack. Yeah, it happens all the time. The real key is making tracks using entirely sample packs and having the taste to know like what you should and shouldn't use. Not just using all the bad sounds that you get in sample packs. produce it. What's your email to send a track through? Send it through. I don't know what that was. Send it to the email in the description, Rocky. And donations greatly appreciated. And I'm just too critical. I mean, also, I feel like this is one of those like discussions that like once you get into it with people, it just never ends. Like it's easy for it to just never end. You know? But we're gonna end it right here. If it sounds good, it is good. Axel, this one is cool. Definitely a bit better than some of the other tracks you sent me. You definitely have a lot more like going on here in terms of like bringing it to life. People. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, like just putting it into your track makes it quite different. Hey Jordan, I just wanted to say a big thank you for your tutorials. It helped a bunch for me over the last week since just discovering you. Hey, thank you. Glad I helped you out. Axel, I'm not crazy about this build up here. I feel like it's a little bit too EDM. Like, 'cause it's like The 303 is cool too. I think you need more like texture though. I feel like this just sounds still a bit too dry and like making a track something too like loops. Dude, but he's got like I mean whatever he's doing to the loops, if that's the case, it's crazy because I mean he's got some crazy stuff. Yeah, that. Overall, like, you got a good idea going on here, Axel. You just need to give it, like, a little bit more. I feel like it's missing, like, that last, like, 20%. Like, you're 80% of the way there. But now you need to really go in and just hone it in and nail it. But yeah, thank you for going through, Axel. This next one is going to be from Tom. Let's hear this. A bit more poppy than usual, but thought it was pretty cool. That's okay. I made pop EDM once a long time ago. Like a year ago. Can you just do a tutorial on Rude 90s Hammer? I could probably do a custom tutorial on Rude 90s Hammer. If you email me at the email in the description. Play the track. Hey, I was gonna ask you about that, but I didn't want to be annoying. Dude, I'm glad. Definitely send me that video whenever you get a chance. I need something to post on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Dude, I appreciate that though.
I am searching for the light. I am searching for
This one's cool. I'm not crazy about the vocals. I feel like the vocals are a bit,
I am searching for the light.
like they're not really perfectly in tune. They feel just really rough.
No, I don't really searching for the light. I am searching for the light.
Yeah. Excuse me. This one is really cool, dude, but
I don't really wanna fight. No.
it's just not quite. I don't know. The vocals just need some work. Collectivo Primavito. I didn't actually read that well, so I forget what it said. But thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I get it. That's nice. Yeah, this is one that I feel just needs that work as well. Like, you have the idea, you need to turn it into a song now. Like, I would take this and put it with a reference and try and get the structure and get just like everything sounding really professional. And then also those vocals. They just feel a little too much like they're, it's like feels more like you're just trying too hard to have vocals, if that makes any sense. Like, vocals, the best vocals feel really seamless. It feels like you're hearing exactly like what you should have over top of the track, if that makes any sense, melodically.
For the light.
And I'm not really getting that here.
I am searching for the light.
I feel like these are just some vocals that are just meant to be there. I mean, like, or not meant to be there, like, that you just kind of threw on there.
No, I am.
Like reverb. Yeah, it's like reverb, maybe a bit of distortion. I don't know, some echo. And really, like, you just need a better vocal. Like, I couldn't tell you or repeat a single melody or a lyric from that. And what that means is that you need to make something more catchy and more in your face and just more exciting and better. But yeah, thanks for singing on through. This next one is from Joshua. Yo, man, I hope you're good. Sorry about it being a snippet. Okay, you got me to put down the phone. No problem, Tom.
Come on!
It's solid. That little vocal sample, that needs to go up one semitone though. It needs to go up to. Right now it's playing. So you can hear that classic with it. So that's what you want. Literally just one semitone up. It's very simple. Times are different. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you literally like couldn't use a reference track back in like if you were making techno in the 90s. I guess if you're using a DAW back then, but like, dude, you couldn't just sit there and like look at the waveform underneath your track like this. Like my reference track here, for example, you couldn't just sit there and go. You know, it's like it's my hit. You know, like, for example, I need to work on my hi-hats a little bit, as you can hear. But, like, you literally just couldn't do that, like, back in the day. So, like, I feel like, yeah, it's definitely, like, a thing of, like, times changing, like Resnick is saying. Definitely see what you're saying there, dude. Like, I think, I don't know. Production today is very different from the way that the way it was when a lot of these attitudes that people have were created, I feel like, if that makes any sense. But this track, overall, is very fun. Like I said, I think you need to take that vocal, that little one, and bring it up to da-da.
Come on!
I also think you could fatten up the kick a little. Like, I get this isn't exactly the same vibe, but for example, lately I've been listening to a lot of Michael Beebe, and he's like, of course, the god of super fat kicks. Like, listen to this track, for example.
Some burning leather.
And you can hear, like, your hi-hats can maybe be a bit fatter, and a bit brighter. Technology. But yeah, like I said, your hi-hats can maybe be a bit brighter, but overall, I think you need to make your kick fatter. Like, listen to this one. Listen to this one. I like Hoss. I was listening to his stuff a lot too. Like, you just need a fatter kick in order for this to really, really work. So, like we were saying before, maybe sample one from a track from, like, one of these producers. Like, you can take one from there. You can sample this kick. Or just get, like, a better one. Just get, like, a fatter kick in here. And then like I said, maybe brighten up the hi-hats a little bit as well. And then, of course, turn this into a full track. Overall, though, you have something very good here. It sounds very professional. And, yeah, I definitely think this could be something very dope. Anyway, thank you for singing that one through. This next one is from Bialy. Let's hear this. Submission for review. The intro kick is there on purpose. I'll move it on the final mix down. Please click around the track and let me know what you think, especially the last 2 minutes. Thank you. Thanks so much, Julie. I've noted down what you have said. Ain't no problem, bruh. Whoa. Hey, Rustic. You got a fan in the chat. Yeah, my dude has had some serious releases, actually. He's released on Craft Tech, and I know Craft Tech. To be honest with you, I just kind of put myself on the spot there. I know he's had releases on Craft Tech, Phobic, I'm pretty sure. Man's had some pretty big stuff. Funk and Deep, of course. This melody is very good. I think overall this track right now it's not quite there. Like, your kick really isn't hitting. The 303 is out of tune as well. The hi-hats really aren't quite there. Like, I'll play, like, I'm not going to play for a track and just say, listen to how good I am. But, like, I'll play, like, this is my reference track for this track that I was working on right now, for example. Once it unfreezes. There we go. Like, listen to how powerful that kick is. And how powerful these hi-hats are. And like I said, your 303 is definitely out of tune. You gotta fix that. More coming out on Craft Tech this summer. Phobic and Respect. That was the other label, yeah. Yeah, you got quite the resume, dude. So yeah, this one's pretty tight, dude. Like, I think that I like this melody a lot. I actually do really like this part. I think that has a lot of potential, but you're gonna need to do a lot of work on the mix and the sounds, and just trying to tie everything together. But yeah, thank you for sitting down through. This next one is from Flavio. Hey man, I just finished the mix of this. Normally, I try producing more tech house, but I came up with this. Thank you. Oh, dude, the link didn't work. Okay, well, if you send one that works, I will check it out. But yeah, let's check out another one here from Lewis. Hi, Julian. I'm watching your stream right now. Wow, me too. Here's a track of mine. I'd love to hear your feedback. It's Future House BTW. Let's hear it. These Gucci sounds are cool.
When I need you, we got to stand. We got to stand. Baby, when I need you,
That vocal's a little out of
got
key.
to stand. We got to
It's like that, baby. That baby. That's got like some kind of weird note. I don't know if you're like auto-tuning it weirdly or something, but
we got to stand. We got to stand.
also I'm not the biggest fan of the LFO tool, like leaving LFO tool on the piano like that. I feel like if it's the break, you should just turn the LFO tool off. Oh yeah, Kozlok. So overall, like this one, not bad. Definitely nice drop. Sounds like it's like fading in the intro. Definitely get rid of the fade in. You never want to have a fade in with dance music.
When I need you, we got to stand. We got to stand. Baby, when I need you, we got to stand. We got to stand. Baby, when I need you, we got to stand.
To the fixed link. All good. I'll play that when I get to it. You should do a collab. Yeah, that could definitely work. It sounds a bit generic, I'll say that, but it definitely works very well for the style. This break is a bit weird. You don't really want to just have like a part like that. You need to kind of keep the energy going. That drops the energy when you just have like that one thing. Yeah, this one, like I said, dude, cool track. Just need to work on those parts that aren't the drop, pretty much. Anyway, this next one here is from Tim. Let's hear this. Alright, well, this sounds professional.
Gonna think about you and what we going through. Think we just had a moment, so my dreams come true. Baby, I don't wanna play. You can have me your way. Been thinking about you all day.
This one's cool, but I'm kind of having that issue that I get a lot with these kinds of things where I feel like it's like all just being thrown in my face. It's like it's like the vocals, like I can't even really get. I feel like I'm just getting like a piece of the vocals. I'm not really getting this like full emotional vocal performance. I feel like the vocals are just kind of something that has to be in there, just so there's something to listen to, and it's not just piano. If that makes any sense.
It's like I'm feeling lost for the very first time. It'll lead to the perfect moment. We're deep in the perfect moment. Oh, baby, in the perfect moment. We're living in the perfect moment. It'll lead to the perfect moment. We're deep in the perfect moment. Oh, baby, in the perfect moment.
Vocals and stuff, but it's more so just like what happens when you remix like vocals and make them so fast.
You and what we gon' do? Yeah, it's just me and you. You put your arms around me, get closer to me. I love the way you're kissing on me. I've given up on running, yeah. I mean,
It does sound pretty solid though.
all I needed was this moment. You can give me something. I like what you're doing to me.
Cause I'm thinking about you and what we going through. Think we just had a moment, so my dreams come true. Baby, I don't wanna play. You can have me your way. Been thinking about you all day. It'll lead to the perfect moment. We're deep in the perfect moment. Oh, baby, in the perfect moment. We're living in the perfect moment. It'll lead to the perfect moment. We're deep in the perfect moment. Oh, baby, in the perfect moment. We're living in the perfect moment.
Yeah, overall this one's good. The other thing I'll say is it's not just like that the vocals are too fast. I mean, this also just feels like a very like cookie cutter deep house track to me. Like do something a bit more interesting. Maybe try adding like a hexagon style lead or something more like futuristic. This feels very like 2014 deep house to me. Anyway, think of saying that one through. This next one here is from, who is this one from? Robert Nelson Scott. Let's hear this. I'm gonna play this with music player. Definitely getting like Michael Beebe type house vibes here. This vocal sample is working really well as well. Send in a lo-fi track? Yeah, sure.
Freak me and
Yeah, overall this one's pretty good. I do think you can maybe make it a bit fatter. I mean, again, going back to this stuff, it's like you really are like 95% of the way there. It's more just like the interesting stuff. Like listen to this. Like not only are his drums super fast, but they're also just like interesting to listen to, you know? They're not just like straightforward sounds, but they're like interesting, exciting sounds. So that's what I'd work on if I were you. Just try and make your hi-hats a bit bigger, make the class a bit bigger, a bit more exciting and textured. And yeah, thank you for singing on through. This next one, how long have I been shooting for here? Okay, I think I'm going to play let's play this one more from A-Logic here, and then I'll get to those other ones next time. Hi Julian, revamped an older project, also tried to mix and master it myself. Planning on making the first track I upload publicly. Alright, let's hear this. Ooh, okay. That's a pretty fat kick. You know what? This is not a bad intro, although I think this stuff is happening a little too soon. Like, typically, with techno, what I've learned is you want to have, like, the first minute or minute and a half or so to not have any, like, anything other than just drums and, like, maybe a few effects. Like, it may be, I mean, sometimes maybe this isn't the case, but, like, I find it's better for mixing in because typically a lot of DJs are used to kind of, like, longer form tracks where they have more room to mix it in. So it's like they'll be, if you're mixing in or if you're mixing out from one track and you're trying to still have like all the melodic stuff from that track while you're like slowly bringing in the drums from this track, and then all of a sudden this comes in, it's gonna throw you off because that's gonna be out of key with your other track. Like, I would have all that stuff happen maybe like right there, honestly, but I would definitely wait to go into a little break like this. Where this gets going? It's not bad. I like the vocal part. Like the long delays. That's good. You can maybe chill out with the hi-hat and that build up there and instead kind of turn up the I can't tell if it's a clap or a snare that's just doing constant 16. You can turn that up a bit. Yeah, overall this is not bad. You can maybe add like one more thing in the way of like a pad or something like that. But overall, this is not too bad of a track. Like, you have a pretty good thing going on here. Like I said, I would just work on the intro and the outro. This is like something, like I'm saying this specifically because labels have told me like, yeah, this is a good track, but like same thing. Like you don't want to have anything but drums in that first like minute to minute and a half. And also in the last like minute to minute and a half as well. Because again, if you're mixing out of a track and all of a sudden this thing comes in, it's going to be really hard to save that in the transition, and it's going to be kind of weird. So you just need to have like that kick and the hi-hats for a longer intro. But yeah, so that's me for the stream today, guys. I've been streaming for an hour and a half now. I'm a bit tired. I've got a bunch of work to do as well. So yeah, I love you all so much. It's been really, really good seeing you guys, talking to you guys, listening to your music, all of that. I hope you all have a great evening, night, morning, afternoon, whatever it is. Peace. I love you.